Hello, humans! We're back for another episode of Thurstatoes. It is just me tonight, drawing solo. Nem is MIA. So you're stuck with just me and my beautiful face, my beautiful art, my beautiful personality. So I'm gonna go right into the housekeeping of it all. Because I always feel like I leave certain things to the end, and maybe I don't forget things this time. Maybe I just go right into them. So first of all, if you like what you see, even if you don't like what you see, I don't care. Just feel free to just subscribe and pretend do your duty for a small channel. So like and subscribe. It obviously helps so much to kind of spread the word and grow our channel. We have all kinds of shows that are coming and we're building up things, so we'd love it if you guys would check them out. But for this show, if you're a fan, even if you're not a fan and you just happen to stumble across this and you want to go check out asapimagination.com, at the checkout, you can type in potato and you get 20% off of your entire cart. So definitely check it out. There's all kinds of goodies, tons of comics, books, merch, prints, art, all of the fun stuff. And then my final bit of housekeeping is your discretion is advised. It is a live show. It's just me, so odds are good I can not not just drop F bombs and stuff. But the show's intended for audiences 10 plus. Just it's also a bit horror based, so just be aware of what you might be getting yourself in for. But yeah, and obviously, if you're in the chat, feel free to comment all kinds of things. It's always fun to when you guys show up. And if not, I'll just draw. Um, so yeah, onwards and upwards. Um, One of the things I typically talk about what I've been reading, and I actually haven't been reading any comics. Last week I kind of mentioned I've been reading Bad Dreams by Adam Ellis. I also mentioned, or I actually don't know if I did mention it, but I've been discovering the library for comics, which is like a great resource. For some reason, did you know that comics are books and that they have books at the library? For some reason, I just had never really thought. I don't know if they have single issues there, but they definitely have graphic novels, and there was like a few that I was keeping my eye on. And this Bad Dreams one was kind of I follow the author on everywhere, I think, to be fair. But I mostly see him on Instagram, and he's just like got these great little short horror stories, and this like book collection was cool. And I think he has another book that's either out or coming out very soon. But yeah, he's got these like great little things. I think that he like partnered with authors and also like started creating his own twist. But some of the authors he's like basically illustrates people's is it Reddit where creepypastas from, or basically just like a whole bunch of short horror stories from just random people. But he's like illustrates them on their Instagram, and then just like kind of random humor and cheeky stuff. But yeah, the library has been great, and for some reason, I think because I know I have to return them, it kind of makes me read them a little faster. Whereas ones I buy just sit on my shelf forever. So it's been kind of, I don't know, I have like a weird relationship with books I buy and reading and all that stuff. But I've actually haven't been reading comics lately. I used to be like this like voracious novel reader, and then like something happened to my attention span, social media, being a mom, I don't know, one of those things. I feel like I'm looking for all these like excuses and things to blame, but it's like really it's just like maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. My brains get turned into mush in my old age. But I've been reading this. I picked it up so way back when I did a book signing, and it was on a long weekend, and it was supposed to. It's at this cute little store, and it basically there were five. It's a store that relies heavily on foot traffic, and there was a whole bunch of wildfires, so no one was outside, and like two people came in the store, and of those two people, they both bought a book. But while I was there, which was for a while, I kind of just like got up and browsed, and I found this book. And I'm a big fan of V.E. Schwab. This is why you get authors to sponsor, or I don't know, sponsors the right word, but to basically like blurb your book. because I saw this and I'm like, V Shab devoured this. And like the title's cool, and it's basically about this like species of like human-like people, but that like eat bugs. So it's pretty fun. But yeah, I'm like halfway done, and I'm like, look at me. Like, I don't even know when I started this book. I think last year. And I just basically I feel as though I was reading like a chapter every like 4 months or something, not even. And now I'm over halfway done. I've been trying to read like like a chapter a day. That feels like the most my attention span can handle. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Hey there, Brian. Welcome. I'm all yes, I do think she's very cool. She's I think feel like I've told people before, but she's like been a big inspiration of mine, and she was my first book tattoo that I got because I was like, I don't know, she's kind of there's the people who make you want to write, and I feel like there's so many people out there who get book tattoos, and then the authors turn out to be, whether or not immediately or down the road, turn out to be have some issues, and people have like a lot of regrets. So this is one where I'm like, I think she seems pretty great as a person, and she was like one of those authors where I'm like, when I wanted to like be more of a novelist, I'm like, I want to be her or be like her or a version of her. Like, I know we all should all be ourselves and like should not try and be like anyone else and find our own voice, but like she was like a good inspiration. And apparently I just found out recently she has a podcast, which I'd never um what was what I don't it's funny that I like do this and like, but I don't like listen to a ton of podcasts or watch like a ton of live shows and stuff. But I'm a little hypocritical in that way. um, but she has, I think it's called the it's something where it's like the right way, perhaps maybe it's called that. I'm not 100% sure. um yeah, yes, I can relate to this, but I went for it because it's one of those things where it's just like the very like I feel like there's like certain things where it's just like there is a chance that like, let's say she like is a horrible person at some point. I'm gonna assume she won't be, but it's just like, but regardless, is like this is still the book that made me want to write. So like to me, and it's like, and this is like, it's like basically it's like this like magical thing you say to like transfer worlds, and it's like this big dark magic book. Like it's like super cool for me and kind of like eye-opening. So like it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, even if she became a bad person, it's just like whatever. And like maybe it's like hard to know. But I don't know. It's hard to know because like we all become fans of things and things can get all kinds of weird. And oh man, I made a post recently about the Giving Tree. And I don't know if you guys know this book, but it's this basically it's one of those books that people, it's like, oh, it's a childhood favorite. When people become new parents, people give the new parents this book. And I read this. And this was, I think, before I was a mom, and I had read it, and I'm just like, I didn't know that it was like for parents or anything like that. And I was like, this is the most abusive relationship. Like, why is this book so beloved or whatever? It's like basically this boy just takes everything from this tree until the tree has nothing left. um, and then like the tree like lets the boy cut it down, and then like eventually the boy is an old man, and the tree is just a stump. And then the tree's like, well, you can sit on me. And I was like, come on, tree, do you have like no self-respect? It's like, what do you mean he can sit on you and like rest his feet? It's like he took everything from you. And people are like, no, it's so sweet. It's like it's this like beautiful book about parenting and the sacrifices we make. And I'm just like, eh. But I posted about like how it's just like I never know, like I don't know if it being about parenting makes it good. It makes it like a little more understandable, like, okay, that's why it's one-sided, but like still, you shouldn't have to give like everything of yourself. And someone commented on it, and there is, oh, I should have looked, I wasn't planning on even talking about this. But basically there's like some author that he's taken 4 childhood books, and this is one of them. And he's basically rewritten them, and as I guess just as parodies, and re-illustrated them, and basically it has like I think the new name of the book is something like The Giving Tree and Setting Boundaries. And it's basically this like boy comes back and he's like, "Oh, I need a host." And like the tree's just like, "No, boy, like I've given you a lot." It's just like I'm willing to like be here and support you. And then it like changes the whole story. And like the boy and the tree become friends again, like as an adult. And then the boy has kids, and like he has like the boy's an adult. They, for some reason, never has a name. He's just called the boy, I think. Maybe at some point his name becomes the man. I can't remember. Um, but basically, it's like sets this like this kind of like boundary, and like I know like, and one of the other ones is like I don't know if you guys know the rainbow fish. The rainbow fish. I remember this as being this like beautiful, like beautifully illustrated story when I was little, but and like the fish is all shimmery and it's like some kind of special gloss or I don't know. I'm sure there's some word for it for publishing. Um, but basically, the advice is like there's this beautiful fish that everyone's jealous of, and everyone's and the advice is for the fish to give everyone the scales so they all have a piece of this. And it's just like, sorry, is this book telling this fish to conform because other people are jealous of it and become less of itself? And it's, again, so he writes this, and he also has the book I Love You Forever by Robert Munch. I can't remember what the Rainbow Fish's title is, or like new title is, but I Love You Forever is I love you forever, but I promise to call before I come over. Because I don't know if you guys know this book, but basically like he come like the mom, like when her like son grows up, she's like sneaking into his like house in the middle of the night and like rocking him and like just like no boundaries, mom. um but yeah, I just sorry, I just Greg, I just saw your comment pop up just like at the very start for some reason. I don't know. I feel like you're on a different place again, and for some reason when you reply, yours things always just like it's like the software just randomly chooses where to put you. But yes, the real lessons is people are the problem. Fair enough. Um, yeah, yeah, like I understand this, but like I also am like the Giving Tree make I when I read it, I find I'm more confused. I'm like, why everyone likes this book? Because I'm not a big fan of it. I throw it out there. Um, wouldn't be up to go. Yeah, faulty, flawed wood. It's just like I'm not building grade. Oh my goodness, I've just been talking the whole time muted. This is going well so far. This is why you don't do these solo. I'm back. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. My computer has crashed. It just went to the blue screen of death, so hopefully it comes back. It just does this thing where it's just like you ran into some random problem and now you just need to restart, and I don't know why it does it, but oh well. So I'll just talk here for a bit, and then when it's back, I'll switch back over and I'll start drawing. Yeah, my plan tonight was to draw feet. which sounds weird to me. Um, but no, they're getting rid of the blue screen of death. Why? What are they replacing it with? I feel like just a different color. Or are laptops and computers just not going to crash anymore? Is that is that what's going to happen? Like that would be super fun if it did that. Um, but yeah, it's 80% complete. So yeah, so it's gonna draw feet. Do I want? Is this the best way to do this? I was gonna show you what I drew last week. Last week we were drawing hands. Um, but I feel what screen? I'll just keep going. I will use my little screen. It's big on the computer. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, last week we're drawing hands. I'm slowly working my way through the anatomy. I did like faces and like bodies. This the things that I find particularly the hardest. Just because I've done one show on them doesn't mean that like I am done. It's just like, oh, I learned how to draw hands. I am done. I have succeeded as an artist. So these are the four I drew last. Oh wait, I think there's one more. I did a little foreshortening. Ooh, it's hard to find my camera. A little foreshortening one with a pointing finger. Um, so yeah, I think this is maybe my last week of drawing and kind of just like practicing anatomy, I think. Um, like I also already kind of drew some feet before. But yeah, I think it's kind of one of those things where this is something that I'll have to practice forever to just get better. Oh, my computer is coming back. I'm going to log in while I talk. It's something I practice forever, and I'll just get better and better. I hope if I actually am like intentional with my practice. But I think some of the things I've learned have given me some tools so that I can next time. I'm trying to think if there's a guest next week. I think there might be. Um, but the next time I don't have a guest, is that um, I think maybe I'm gonna do the character design for my characters. Like I actually already started drawing one of the characters basically from behind. Um, but I'm not 100% sure what I want him to look like. So I need to try and think that out because I have like two human characters in issue 2 of Demon Potatoes that make an appearance, and they're like quite. I always tell people I should have made it like just potatoes in like an entirely potato world, so I'd never had to draw people. So, but I made the mistake of having the potatoes in a people world for this one. So I have to learn how to draw people, even if it's just a few of them. Um, like in the first one, I have a farmer, and then there's just like basically a hand on the floor, like in a puddle of blood. Um, and like the hand is okay, it's like drawn okay, but it's like maybe not in the style I want. So again, getting better all the time, like people's styles progress. Excuse me. Even in like mainstream comics, that should be a thing. So I'm just gonna start do it like I always tell people where it's just like you like if you wait until you're good enough, you'll probably never do anything. And I think this is the thing where it's just like I'm aware that it's something that I need to work on, but like I've already been drawing comics and I already can like draw things to a certain level. So I would like to kind of just like go for it. Okay, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just gonna log back into my computer and then I can actually start drawing and be normal again. So I will be
All right, I'm back. Hopefully, you guys can hear me again. Always the problem where, like, the first time when I switched to my phone and I was just on mute, I'm like, hopefully, you can hear me. And there, no one, just no one can hear me. Fun times. It's always so fun dealing with technology. But I think this is stuck on. Yeah, this is stuck on portrait. Come on, my phone. You can do this. Constant technical difficulties. Okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. I think I need to mute this. Something's wrong. Okay, rather than give a whole bunch of feedback. All right, back at it. Just totally normal technical difficulties. Love computers and technology. Um, maybe one day I'll buy a new laptop, but today is not that day. I don't remember even what I was saying anymore. It's so distracting. But yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna just start character design. Like I said, if I get better at drawing while I'm doing comics, that's okay. If I like, I don't need to be this perfect level of artist. Like my style is going to change, my skills are going to get better hopefully. So yeah, I'm just going to start go for it. I've like done a little bit, I've got some tips, and if there's like something I start drawing something in the comic and it's really not working, I'll take another week and figure something out, or I'll just do it a bit slower or do some research in between or practice in between. I say that and I don't really practice. I draw once a week for an hour. I would love to be an artist who's just like, I draw 14 hours a day, but I don't. I'm not. I have other things I need to do that are also priorities. So I just saw this from they no longer have the blue screen of death. They just burst into flames. That is that is so convenient. That is convenient. That's instant feedback. I'll give them that. It's just like the blue screen of death. I'm like, what happened? Whereas flames, it's just like, oh, did it get hot? um, but yeah, so these were my hands. I was also gonna show you guys. I mentioned last week that I'd gotten behind on drawing people's their custom potatoes. So here are the newest ones. I might as well make, oh, that's not the one I wanted to make big. How do I control things? Here we go. All right, this is going to be how we're going to finish. Won't touch the screen. But these are all the newest ones. I got Lori Calcaterra over here with her Big James Bear Tato. I got Pixel Trader with Stabastion. Lugnuts, he requested a walleye, and I went and studied the anatomy of a walleye. And this is what I came up with. I was like, in hindsight, maybe I feel like I should have got rid of that line, but I don't know. I think it's fine. Random fish. And then Brian, I don't know if you're still here, but this is Beyonce. Brian has some. I think your middle initials are CE, right? And for when I first met you, I was just like, everyone started calling you Beyonce, so I did you a Beyonce potato, just for you. So yeah, look at this. There's how many there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people growing all the time. That includes Nemda, which is we're people. Why shouldn't I include them? Okay. Drawing. Let's learn how to draw feet. So yeah, so last week I kind of like was with like learning hands. I feel like I found a good tip about it's like, oh, you can use like all the knuckles as anchor points and stuff, and that helps you. And I think there's also something with like your fingers where it's just like each, in theory, like looking at this finger, there's no way that's right. But in theory, each finger you can divide by 3. And it should be like, I'm sure it's like everything. Like there's always exceptions to rule. It's like, I think we're supposed to be 8 heads tall. So like you take your head and like, I actually forget if you include your head for the torso. Maybe it's your torso and feet is 8 heads, or maybe that's 7 and then your head is the 8th one. But I assume there are people whose heads, they're not going to be 8 heads tall perfectly, and like there's not this like all these like golden Da Vinci ratios and stuff where I'm like, you're not going to be perfectly drawn like that every time. And again, when you're cartooning, you can like choose to emphasize certain things, and like I know I tend to do some chibi drawings, but I think like manga, I think typically they have like the really long legs, long arm. I feel like, is it long arms too? Possibly, like shorter torsos, and like you can always like choose to emphasize stuff. It's very like caricature. But but anyways, while I was talking about random tips for drawing hands is I don't have a ton of tips for drawing feet. There's basically kind of a few shapes. Even the last 3 times I've been working on anatomy, I've had these 2 books I've had, or they're right here, but I can show them again. Um, I'll show them here. Use the big camera. But How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. This is kind of like anyone in comics, like people always refer to this as like the Bible. I'm sure there's other versions of that now. I can always kind of think of, I have some Scott the Clown books, which I kind of think of like, to me, those are, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. You can have more than one Bible, right? You can subscribe to more than one religion. And this is just kind of called How to Draw Cool Stuff, and it gives you some tips and like process steps along the way. But none of them really have specific feet stuff. So, which is maybe why people are so bad at drawing feet. And I was mentioned Chainsaw Man earlier. I know there's certain author or certain illustrators who have kind of reputations as not being great at feet. Rob Liefeld, I think that's how you say his name. He's like the Deadpool artist. He draws other things as well. But like I know in like the new Deadpool Wolverine, they like poke fun at that. But Chainsaw Man is actually one of the first places I heard it in manga is basically like, and I didn't actually pay attention. It's crazy to me because like I feel like I've said this, like heard this so many times. Is that like he doesn't draw feet very well, but then I read it and completely forgot to pay any attention to it. But the one thing with feet is everything's like it's shapes. It's like it's really important to pay attention to your shapes. And I've told people before, I've never really been one of those artists who like loves drawing things with just shapes, but I begrudgingly accept that it should be a thing. But like, so I'm starting with like a side profile of it. So I believe this is like kind of like the ankle bone essentially. And there's a whole bunch of stuff where like if you learn the anatomy and how bones attach and how muscles and ligaments and all that stuff attached, like it does help you. And I understand that it does, but again, where it's just like I'm not going to become a doctor overnight on human anatomy and like how everything goes together. But there's basically this big ankle bone. And then I think this is like the heel, a little offset. And then you kind of have like, so here you'd have your triangle. And then throw it like that. And then just kind of like, so you have this like pizza. And I feel already like this is kind of too short. Like I probably went too high. Like that'd be a pretty short foot. Like that's like going in like people with like, this is like geishas and they're like bound feet. So I feel like it's going to be more like that. Yeah, so there you go. The only tip I have for drawing feet is the triangle and the ball and the 2 balls just like hold things together. So yeah, but basically it's kind of like use that and draw. It's one of the again where it's just like there you go. Now you can draw feet, but it's like you kind of got your heel here. And there's got to be an arch somewhere. I don't know how big someone's arch is. And then what is this? Is this the ball of your feet? This like little like the front pad. I need some anatomy specialists here who know what they're talking about. Not me. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and then like this, I think the ankle, like this is the ankle bone, so like it would come up about here. So this would be where your foot would come down. I still think this is maybe a really short foot, but let's go with it. Maybe I'll get crazy and draw 2 feet in the same angle. So there we go. We got a big toe. Jagged toenail. I'm gonna sneak in some other profile, like you might see the couple toes here. So yeah, here we go. Darken this line, see what we come up with. Toe. Like, and again, or it's just like nothing tells you need to worry about anchor points. It's every like
Know where the ankle bone is. Know where these two balls are. You should have a foot. I think it's okay, but it doesn't seem long enough. And again, where it's just like, so I am gonna actually try drawing literally this exact same thing again. Like it's the shape of a foot, but it's really like it's a very small foot. Like I wonder if like is this like a baby foot's like baby foots, baby feet? What if I made it like a little kind of like chubbier? Maybe it becomes a baby foot somehow because they're all like short and stockier and not as long. Probably got shorter toes. I don't know, but let's give this another shot. Take two. Can only get better, right? Just keep drawing the same thing over and over until you hate art. Okay. So I'm gonna try a little longer this time. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some like, oh, you like the heel, the foot, like I don't know. Sure there's probably some other ratio that I know of. Some other I feel like all human anatomy has ratios. Um yeah, now the comments are super weird. But sorry guys. Endless technical difficulties. But hopefully your guys' comments are coming through because it looks like some of them disappeared. But oh well. Onwards and upwards. Okay. So again, so like this is where the toe you have to end have a place where the toes end. So to me this looks like it's more of like a normal looking foot. It's longer. Which is what you always want. Always want a normal looking foot. Feet are weird enough. All right. Throwing a toe. How long are toes? Like again, I'm guessing. Does it go? Is it like this whole length? Does it complete the triangle? This toe actually looks super weird right now. What do toes look like? Sometimes when I draw, and maybe other artists have the same, where it's just like sometimes you draw something and you're like, have I ever seen one of these in real life? I feel like that when I draw feet. It's like when you're so bad at drawing something, it's like it starts to feel like maybe I've just never seen a foot in real life. I don't know. I think that there's something with bikes where it's like when you try and tell someone to draw a bike from memory, and like until you actually like look at a bike, most people don't know like where like all of like the how the frame works. All right, this is starting to look like a real toe. And I think, and like part of me is just like say, and I feel like same thing where it's just like you like look at all this stuff and you're like, have you ever seen a bike in real life? It's like surely you don't think this is what a bike looks like. And I have this like children's book, and it's like a really cute little book. And like there's a certain age where kids get into it, and like both my kids are like it was like adorable when they start like basically like it's like have you ever seen this doing this? And then you flip up, and then it says no way. And eventually the kids are just shouting no way at you, and it's really fun. So I have a baby. Oh, nah, like they're watching. I was gonna say, it's like I shouldn't ruin this gift, but like they have a baby shower to go to on the weekend, and I like always get people this book. Um, but like so it's called Potato on a Bike, but it's like kind of these like very simplistic drawings, and the part with the bike is the same thing where it's just like, has this artist ever seen a bike before in real life? Like it's not. This is not how the frame works, but I don't think that's really the point of the book. And like, there's some other things where I'm just like, all right, this is looking better. It's got a bit of like a fat ankle, but is that really a problem? Okay, I think this is better. We got like a short little baby foot, or like maybe a toddler, perhaps. And then I feel like this is kind of more of like an adult foot. The proportions on this look more normal to me. Okay, let's try a different angle. Onwards. Do I just keep drawing down the page? Do I draw beside the page? I don't know what I do. All right. So let's do a foot facing forward. Like I feel like this is always when you're a kid, you always learn how to do this like side profile foot, like because you always do like the oh here's a person and here's like the foot, and here's a person and here's the foot. Like very much like that. So I feel like we all learn how to draw like bad feet sideways first, but like as soon as you have to have like a foot facing forward or backwards, actually, you know what? I'm gonna not go right into that. I'm gonna draw this foot the other way so you can see the toes. Let's do this one. So let's see if I can replicate it. Um, any any artist knows the pain of symmetry when you're trying to draw something. I feel like digital artists have that advantage where you can kind of just like I could just take this foot and like do like copy it and like paste it and turn it around and then just like redraw it. Same with the eyes. Oh, this is like see? This is exactly I just instantly I'm just drawing it the same way where I was trying to draw it mirrored. But you can also do this like thing in digital drawing where you can like draw one thing and mirror the whole thing and it'll like draw the other thing at the same time, which is a fun little feature. So I could draw two bad feet at the same time, going the opposite way. It's like, what more could a person want? So yeah, so this was like the inside of the foot. And whereas this one's going to be the outside of the foot. So this is the ankle bone. So let's draw an ankle bone here. Give it its whole thing here. Let's find that shape. Yeah, and this is not going to be anywhere near perfect. I feel like I already have a slightly different angle. That's fine. It's not the same person. Slightly different feet. Yeah. That's close. That's a close angle. All right. So that's the basic of it. So this one's this one you can see all the toes. So you kind of have to go in this like feet always have this thing where it's like you have the big like let's be very primitive here for a sec. It's like say like when you block out feet, like you typically block it out on an angle and then do the toes like this. Like this is here, there, I just drew a sock. Ta-da! And for my next chick, I will draw a sock. So it's kind of the same thing where it's just like the side view has this like little bit of angle because you're gonna have like your big toe and then like your other toes kind of spread out here. So let's get rid of this for now. Maybe I'll do that later. But yeah, and then somehow draw feet and go. Okay. So then kind of just like feet. Like it to make it like three-dimensional, you kind of have this like round it. Like let's draw some I'm sure direction lines, is that what these are called? Anatomy lines? I don't know. Like this is kind of like the shape of the foot. Um I guess toes would be kind of blocky. I guess they're gonna come out. So let's say this is the big toe. Throw it there. And I got to throw all the other toes beside it. So I'm going to start, I'm going to assume the knuckles start at all of these places. And then, ta-da! Like this already feels like wrong. Am I drawing the toes too big, perhaps? Maybe. Or maybe it's that they need to kind of like wrap around. Like probably I'm just drawing them too big. All right, let's try to put a little pinky toe kind of seems like it should go there. The big toe seems like it's in the right place. I just don't think I've drawn this on like quite the angle it could be. I've almost drawn it on like a more shallow angle than kind of the reference I was using. So it kind of has to go, whereas like again, like suddenly that big toe feels way too giant. It's got a little baby toe. All right. See, I still need the big toe. I had the big toe too little. All right, let's throw in a toenail. That's what's missing. Just missing a toenail. um, there's the big end. There's the big toe. All right, so let's draw some actual like foot shape here. See what we come up with. Kind of got the toes. Oh, don't know how to use technology. I feel like that's the theme of this. The theme of this show tonight is I don't know how to use technology. Okay. So yeah, so let's find the arch. Arguably I should have done this first. It doesn't look like it's okay. And then again, so like coming up here. There's the real foot that time. This comes up. See, like the. All right, we got an outside foot. People when I draw this, I'm like, what the hell? It's like, why do you have like? It's like, what is this? Is this a right foot? I presume. So it's like, why do you got two right feet? I saw some artists lately who did this super crazy drawing, and it took her hours, and it was like multimedia, and it was like really, really like incredible. Like it had like 3D, three-dimensional. I don't actually almost don't want to describe it too much because I'm about to. I got to point something about it, but basically she had two hands on it, and they were supposed to be like from the perspective of this like um character. I don't know. I'm so used to talking in comics, but basically like the character that she'd drawn on the page, and they're supposed to be two hands. And some of the comments were like, does this kid, is that two left hands? And she replied to one of them where she just put like like an emoji with like a, she's like yes, and then just puts an emoji who's doing the shush symbol, and then just never comments on it again. But like it was a really incredible drawing. So it's like it's a shame when you do little things like that hurt you. But oh well. But yeah, people are gonna look at this, be like, why do you have two right feet? Be like, I was practicing. Okay. That one came out okay. Like it's kind of hard to tell what's going on with my toes because I did the classic like too many lines here, and I think that's kind of helping me look better than I am. Oh, she's still good at drawing feet as long as you like can't actually see the feet, just the general shape. Because again, if I start drawing lines, they start to look weirder. It's just like I should just like muddy this. This is why you always put your characters in shoes. This is the rule of drawing. there's certain things you're like instead of learning how to draw hands and feet, just mittens and boots. That's the key to your success. Okay, so here we go again. So I'm gonna go back and try and draw this foot facing forward. Not like pointing down, just like flat on the ground. So wish me luck. Godspeed me. All right, it's the same thing. Here's the heel. Where this one seems trickier because it's almost like this is the heel, and you kind of would have like two ankle bones, so you wouldn't draw this the same. And it's like coming for you. So I feel like instantly it's just like, all right, there's the rules for this. When again, I'm just making that these aren't rules. I don't have anyone telling me how I'm supposed to be doing this. But the rules for the side portrait of feet and the rules for the not to me it's still see, but maybe these are just kind of overlap. Because like the ankle like the bones are on the weird side. Because you almost have like a bone up here. Then you have like a bone here. So yeah, I feel like this is breaking rules, but so from there, but you still have to use this ball because you still kind of want this shape. But this has like a foreshortening problem coming towards us because again, I'm trying like a foot where it's like it's not quite you're not quite just looking directly at the toes. But this is kind of like if you were to draw a character kind of standing forward, this is like a lot what they would look like. And there's this thing with like feet where they're like on this angle, and that's these ankle bones here. So it's kind of like you kind of remember like feet do always have this kind of like tilt to them. So I'm gonna try and fill this box. To the best of my no abilities. Then I'm gonna do same thing. I feel like whenever you're doing the shapes, I always feel like I'm drawing Daffy Duck. The first thing you do is draw Daffy Duck foot and get the general shape. So you kind of got like the arch again. You got the toe curving out, and then I don't know, going in. And again, like, is there some way to know how toes should look? And if you're looking things straight on, like there's no way this is what toes look like yet. Just blocking in shapes. So this almost looks like teeth right now. But again, like you're kind of getting the front of the toes, kind of getting so like they look kind of weird now. But like nails are like here. So you see the front of the toe. You're not seeing like fully the top of the toe. Pinky's like the weird little thing. I feel like the I guess pinky. I don't know if pinky toe is the right word for it. But like I feel like the baby toe is around to like yeah. There's always like exception to the rules of anatomy where it's just like oh not everyone is going to be this perfect like 8 heads tall and not everyone has perfectly like your face isn't perfectly 5 eyes across if you're like I don't know different people have like eyes that are closer together and stuff. It's like we're not all these like perfect specimens of humans or eyes wider apart. I feel like baby toes. It's just like you can draw them like as screwed up as you want because like I feel like lots of baby toes like barely have toenails. They're just like this like random addition that like the human design was just like yeah I don't know it feels like we should have 5 toes and they're like we don't really have room for 5 toes. Are you sure you want to add a 5th toe? And they're like yeah let's do it. Why not? Let's add a 5th toe. Whoops, now I'm making this really bad. Turning this into give this person 2 big toes. It's like, yeah, I think we should do it. I think we should add like add a 5th toe. Baby toe is just like for balance or something. I don't know. Throwing some knuckles, throwing some toe hair, turn your thing into a hobbit. But then I think kind of the point here. So again, like it's kind of where would this be? Kind of like I don't know. I feel like I didn't do this one great. This one might need a second attempt as well. Maybe I should have drawn these parts in first. But these are kind of supposed to be like the angle of the foot. I don't know. Am I getting the impression that this is what things look like? I guess let's finish the shape of the foot before I decide if this is the worst thing I've ever drawn or not. To be determined. So let's darken up some lines here. See what I ended up with. I feel like my toes are really round. They're very cartoony. And then like the baby toe, it's just this weird fake toe. Throw in an ankle bone, and then up. Same thing. This is ankle bone I drew here. So smooth that out a bit. I don't know. Maybe that's not as bad as I think. Feels weird. Again, like I could probably add some more detail. All right, all right. I don't mind it. All right, there's another. Oh, the left foot. Look at me drawing left feet. Okay. How much time I got like infinite time. Okay. I'm gonna draw at least one more set of feet here. And I'm gonna do them. So I think you can maybe guess which ones I'm gonna draw. It's weird how I've ended up drawing on this like little small section of my book here. Like, why would I use all this when I can like have my hand dangling off the side of the page? But now I don't want to go draw over here and do weird things, and maybe I'll draw up here. Going rogue. All right, I'm gonna try drawing 2 feet now. It's never been done. The left and the right foot at the same time. All right. So walking away, I'm gonna do a mid step. So let's do the heel of the one that's on the ground. And then let's try the ankle bone. I almost wonder if the one that I drew that was facing forward. If like, because it feels like it should have these 2 balls here to give you like this is the heel, this is the ankle bone. Whereas like, where's like going back to this, like where's the heel? Like this is the ankle bone. Like I feel like the problem with this is like the heel's kind of like is it there? Probably. Like just the angle of this, like here's the ankle bone. So it's like I think that's why like in this like reference I'm using, they like don't really put the heel there. But this one's got 2 heels because it's got the ankle bones again. As feet being feet, got this big angle here. So this one's kind of weird because you're not going to see like a ton of the foot because it's just like the heel. So there's the one ankle bone. Here's the other ankle bone. So now we got our ankle bone in place. I feel like that's actually too far away though. Like I put this ball here for a reason. Like maybe I should use it. Hey. All right, ankle bone, check. All right, and then heel. So like because they're stepping, the heel's going to be like kind of spread out. And then like, yeah, I guess like I assume a foot from behind is going to look really weird. Like, do you see the feet? Or sorry, see the toes? Like perhaps. But I guess again, where I'm just like, so let's use this thing again. Let's use this box that this thing always tells me to use. Because feet are going to stay the same shape, even if you can't see anything. So like you have the heel, but like in theory, like the foot is going to fill this out. So like maybe you have like the side of the toes up here. And then like I think you'd have like you'd almost be able to see some big toes. Like this weird like stork foot or something. Like I think you'd be able to see some toes. And then it goes up. Looks super normal. Totally normal looking foot, normal looking human. Just give them. I can't remember how the calf muscles work. Is it give them super? I feel like is it this one that's shorter, and then like this if you're like get the huge calf muscles. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I decided to start drawing calf muscles. It's like I don't know how to draw muscles. That's a future me. But yeah, I think this is a foot. It looks kind of weird because it's behind, but that would just be like straight back with the heel. And then I guess like there'd be like probably want some shading. So like I guess there's that like what is it? Your Achilles. Achilles is there. I think you could throw that on, make it look more normal. Okay, I feel like that was the easy one. The next one, the stepping foot. So I'm gonna have it so the foot is close to the ground, or maybe if I were smart, I wouldn't do that. Just have the foot floating in the air and not worry about it at all. But let's throw it up here. So let's draw the heel. And like normally the heel is the small ball and the ankle bone is the big one. But again, now you kind of have this like foreshortening, like the heel's closer than the ankle. So I think that they like overlap are potentially more like that. Maybe I want it a bit higher. Otherwise the person's like leg is going to be going like so let's do that instead. All right, so there we got a heel, an ankle bone for the ankle bone. And the ankle bones will still be like this. So you'll still have the lopsided ankle bones. And then this heel. And then the foot will be the same shape. So it's like how long again, so like how long should a foot be? Somehow that feels like how long a foot should be. Da-na-na-na. And you get like this the toes would be curving. Draw the duck foot. Step 1, draw a duck foot. Step 2, cut off where the toes might be. Draw the top of your sock. I'm sure that the sock has a part that it's actually called. Okay, so now let's put the shape of the foot in here. So you got a pretty pronounced heel, and then a pretty pronounced like ball. Is that the ball of their foot? Ball of your foot. All of my phys ed education is failing me. It's like where it gets on the balls of your feet. It's just like I've never understood what on the being like I used to play like competitive volleyball and be like on the balls of your feet. I don't know what the balls of your feet are. I've never known. Quit yelling at me. Okay, so we got the ball of the foot. And then this is gonna have a big toe. Legs. Like almost have like the pad of your toe, which is kind of fun. Like, you just draw the pads. Who's got adorable feet? All right. So now like block those in a bit darker. I don't think I want to like draw. I feel like I'm drawing skull teeth. And then I guess the toes. I guess we would draw toes next. Yeah, like it's kind of like that, and then like your like foot has some like structure. You may call it some shading. It kind of like when I was doing it forward. I feel like that's probably throw some shading on like the heel, the bone, and then like your pads kind of have this like little like middle bit, and your arch. I don't know. I think I may have done the thing where I made this foot like not long enough. And by not long enough, I mean it's perfect. So yeah, so guys, as I was looking at this, I just realized that there's this other. I was like, what's the secret ratio to feet? I think I just found something. I was just looking at something. So switching over. Look at me learning again. So like I'm going to draw a rectangle. And then I'm going to split it into, I'm going to try splitting it into quarters. See how that works. I'm just eyeballing this. It's not perfect. But it's basically, it has like, these are the toes. You need that like angle thing. And then like, this is kind of the middle bit. Comes out here. This is kind of like where your foot comes out. This is where your arch is. And then this is the heel. Like, is this how you draw feet? Like these are like the balls, then you got your arch, and then the heel. I was like, that does give you kind of a thing. I don't know if this is like, again, I didn't draw this perfectly. You know what'll make this all better? Drawing the heel ball. All of my pictures need the heel ball, otherwise no confidence. And then, but these, if that's the toes though, like that's a crazy. Is this how big toes are? Or did I just draw this top box insanely big? Like I got long toes. Is this what toes look like? I don't know. Again, proportions feel a little wonky on this. It feels like I have to draw this toe massive. But the real thing is, well, maybe this is just what toes look like. It's like, surprised, toes are insanely long. And then the wonky baby toe. I don't know. This is questionable. That's like a bottom of a foot. Throw on some folds here. I wasn't actually even planning on drawing the bottom of a foot. I don't know. This one feels shady to me. Draw the little toe pads. Toe pads. Little toe knuckle bottom bits. Bottom. Heel arch. The balls of the feet. I don't know. That one doesn't feel, but again, it gives you kind of the right shape. There may be something more to that. I know there's actually like so this general kind of shape. They've seen like a lot of things like, oh, do I want to try it? But basically kind of turning things onto the angle. So like I'll try it. I'm going into uncharted waters here because I don't have the reference anymore. So let's see if we can angle this foot a little. And I think that's like the whole point of like all this stuff, like why you're supposed to be able to like do this. So this would be like that. And then this is going to come forward. So I'm going to try on this angle here. Oh yeah. This is going to see if I've learned anything at all. I'm suspicious I've learned nothing. Okay, let's stick with some of the stuff I've learned now. So let's draw this triangle. But the thing with this is I want it to be like kind of like the foot's like on an angle. So you can kind of see it more. Something's wrong. Okay, I think I know what's wrong. I think I've done this like this is what I need to do. Yes. Or no. Is this what it's supposed to look like? So that would be that. And then this would be that. Like that's kind of right. I have this really short again is the problem. Again, I could pretend that I made some like magic angle here. It's just like, oh, it's just like it's supposed to look like that. I'm like, no, I don't think it is. And again, I'm actually not sure where you were. So like, draw this. Like again, so like ankle bones here. So like this, I think that's why this is like where the thing would be this time. And then you're drawing it like you're still using this shape. but suddenly you're drawing it like more in this like 3 dimension, third dimension kind of thing. Whereas like really, I guess the ball would almost like in the 3 dimensions, it'd almost be more there. Like you got to put it in the middle of the foot. And then like, I think that still works. It's still the same thing. And then the heel, like arguably just be bigger, perhaps. But yeah, suddenly like, it's like, now can I do this like this? I feel like this is gonna be like this is like oh good lord, don't even have my camera centered in what I'm doing. This is why it's nice to have other people and have a co-host just be like, Lori, no one can see what you're doing there, my friend. But also it almost seems like there should be like this kind of like here, like this joining point. It's almost like this should be more like there. I think. Sorry, so then we got like a heel. Let's just go for it. Pad of the foot. We're gonna have a big toe. Heel, heel. All right, so I'm gonna throw on a big toe. And then it's kind of like, all right, so this is so I've done like the side of the foot there. And again, this probably needs this little like curve here. Draw the duck foot. Just trying to, yeah, if it's like that. So this is, I just have to think all of a sudden, because yes, this is the inside of the foot. So yes, this would be lower than that. The toes. And it almost like, I think that's too high. Like, is it like that? Oh man. So me being like, oh, we can figure this out. I'm not sure I figured this out even a little bit. You know what I think maybe the problem is here? I think I wonder if I've drawn this almost backwards. So let's fix it. I think that's kind of like, I think I'm drawing it seems like it shouldn't matter. But it does actually like feel like I'm drawing this like backwards somehow. Which is why like when I first, no, because it should still be that. Something about this feels backwards to me, which is why I'm like, okay, wait, I think the angle's wrong. I'm going to try something. And I think it's just like, I think this side, the way I've drawn this, and I don't know, I can't explain it. But I think I have this, it's just the wrong way. It naturally feels like the toes should look like that. 100%. That looks like a more normal foot now. Like it looks like a shoe. Like I look like I have a pointed shoe. Oh man, I wish I could explain why that felt so wrong and why. Oh, and I assume it's how I've lined up this ankle bone. Oh man, I'm gonna have to like look at this for days and just be like, why did that do that? Because I don't know. But that looks more like the way that a foot's supposed to look. That's messing with me 100%. It's funny. I think that like and also when I'm just drawing toes, I've just relied on like just like completely just like making this up here. Where it's like I feel like this toe needs to be bigger. Like these are bad toes. I'm actually like so much so I'm gonna draw them again.
Like, the whole point of this is to get better at drawing feet. Let's get better at drawing feet. Like, this is a nice boot. Like, good work. Good work on the drawing a boot, me. Like, I got the angle down on that one. It looks good. It's just like, I think I have like a bit of like the where, based on this, like, where do the toes start? All right, throwing a toe there, throwing a toe there, and then baby toe. What does it look like inside the boot? Like, this is like got a weird. I did a weird thing to the foot there. Yeah, like that worked. That worked. That looks like a real foot. Oh man, I don't like that I did that and it was backwards, and I didn't notice, but it just felt wrong. And it has like, it's weird. That is super weird. And now I have the thing where it's just like my brain, I don't think right now knows how to make this be the other foot, like be the inside foot. And like it seems like it should just be as simple as doing it again. Like this was like these ones were literally like just draw it the other way. And like shouldn't it be that simple? Like to turn that around and draw the other side of the foot. Like I didn't really leave myself room to like, I don't know, maybe I have a bit of room to try and draw it like the other way. No, 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 no. That's not what I want to do though. I just want to draw the inside of the foot. That's the inside. That's the other foot. Why must life be so difficult? Because I kind of want to draw the inside of the foot on this one. Okay, let's just try and reverse this. Like that absolutely broke my brain. That's gonna be way too close. All right, let's try here. Okay, so it should be the same but opposite. Oh wait, and is that the problem? Is the problem that no, because this is what I did on the other side. The same but opposite. It's breaking my brain. But it should be if it's the same foot, just pointing the other way around. Because again, we'll use this one as example. This one should be the high bone, and that should be the low bone. And this one should be the low bone, and that should be the high bone. Low bone, high bone, low bone, high bone. Oh. And maybe that's because these are like the same. And so it makes it seem like it should be this again. I don't know. You guys, this is breaking my brain. I think I'm gonna have to experiment with this a little bit more. And still draw this. I didn't like I'm not even leaving myself enough room. I'm trying to like put it right beside, but let's be honest here. I don't have the room. I don't have the room to do it. All right. Reluctantly move down here. Okay. Draw the shape, draw the triangle. All right. I can just already feel my brain being like, "What are you doing? It makes no sense." Because I want the big toe here.
toe there, which means the little toes. But again, it's on like this like extra angle. So the little toes would go that way, more like that. Little toes. All right. It is wild how this hurts me. All right. So, draw a toe. I'm going to take that toe and draw the duck foot. But it's weird because like I want to, so why this doesn't work? It's like I'm trying to like again, I'm just trying to draw this like 3-dimensional, but like it's already 3-dimensional, but I want it to be like more angled. So this is like everything feels wrong. So it's almost like this should be closer. The angle is coming this way. And then the top of the foot. Like it's almost like it should be more like that. Where it's like, is the bone, like I feel like the bone's actually here again. And then I'm just like drawing it in like the wrong place. Like where this belongs. Like it's like this circle has to be in the middle of this part. Watch Lori's brain implode. You know what, guys? I am officially running out of time, and like this is a problem that my brain is like struggling with. Yes, this is interesting. How it doesn't like this. It's just like can I draw the other ankle bone? Again, this would be the inside, so the other ankle bone would be like up here somehow. My brain doesn't like doing the inside of the foot. All right. That's a future, that's a future me problem. Okay, so I'm almost out of time. Before I go, I should have done this at the start. But I'm going to see if I can quickly show you guys a thing. See if it will let me do it. Of course it won't. So I'll just tell you guys. So Demon Potatoes is available on Kickstarter. It's still coming soon. We have 52 followers right now, which is super cool. I love that people are willing to follow it. It's good feedback that maybe there's some interest in this. And yeah, it's just been fun. Obviously, I'm just still learning how to do stuff. Next time we don't have a guest, I'm going to be doing some character design. And after that, I'm going to get back to drawing the comic because I have a whole bunch of penciled panels and all the layouts done. But I actually need to just like finish drawing it and then do some inking and some lettering. And it's probably closer than I think it is. My plan was to still launch in the autumn or the fall. And yeah, basically between now and then, like complete the comic and start making some swag and some bonuses, some prints, maybe more stickers. So yeah, stay tuned. I definitely hit my total kryptonite on this foot tonight, and I was just like, it really broke my brain. And then my brain is still just like, why can't you draw? I'm just gonna be up for hours, just no sleep tonight, just being like, I will draw this foot and understand why I couldn't do it. But for now, this is like a good little mix of things to try. I actually like this one. Actually turned out kind of cool. Looks kind of a cool foot. This one, I'm not convinced. I was like, oh, I found the secret. I don't think I did. I don't think I found the secret. But like again, just like the knuckles are the anchor points. I do think these little balls, like there's some legit anchor points. And like I think it's going to be the solution to drawing this foot on the inside, but I don't know how to do it yet. But anyways, randomly back to feet. But I was trying to say, so if you go to Kickstarter and type in Demon Potatoes and follow, I'd love it if you guys follow the campaign. Then you get updates when we go live, and so you don't miss it on social media, and then all of a sudden realize that the campaign is over. But yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by tonight, even though it's just me. I don't know what happened to the comments. I'm sorry if I missed all your guys' comments. Basically, my computer shutting down just broke everything. But I appreciate that you guys are here, and if you're in the chat, and especially if it's your second time, feel free to add comments to like the YouTube to the channel afterwards, and obviously like and subscribe. If I missed anything, I am sorry. But thanks for everyone who stuck around while I struggled to draw one of my nemesis. But yeah, feet, hands, heads, bodies, anything people related. I've also heard horses are really hard to draw for a lot of people. Like I feel like I've only ever drawn their heads, but maybe one day I'll just randomly, if I want to really, if I'm feeling really like I really want to punish myself, I'm like, tonight I'm going to learn how to draw horses and see how bad it is. But okay. Thanks again. I'll see you guys next week. Same potato channel, same potato time. And bye for now. It's just me running this, so bear with me while I exit out of here. So yes, thanks again, size. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you next time.